the man who saved the world in silence. On a quiet night in 1983, deep inside a secret Soviet military bunker, alarms suddenly exploded. Red lights flashed, sirens screamed, screens showed an incoming American nuclear missile. The order was clear: report the attack, retaliate, launch the counter-strike. One wrong decision, and the world would burn. Everyone in the room froze. But one man, Stanislav Petrov, sat silently, thinking. This is the story of how one human decision stopped the end of the world. The Cold War was at its peak. The United States and the Soviet Union were preparing for the worst. Both sides had thousands of nuclear weapons, enough to destroy Earth multiple times. One misunderstanding, one mistake, and everything could be gone. Stanislav Petrov was a lieutenant colonel in the Soviet Air Defense Forces. His job: monitor early warning satellites, detect any missile launch from America, report it immediately. One report equals millions of deaths. He knew the weight of the role, but he didn't know that night would test his humanity. At exactly 12:15 a.m., the warning bell exploded. Missile launch detected from the United States. Everyone's face turned white. Soldiers jumped to stations. Phones rang. The room filled with panic. Petrov stared at the screen. It showed one nuclear missile heading toward the Soviet Union. Protocol said, report it immediately, retaliate, launch back. But something felt wrong. Why only one missile? If the US wanted to start a nuclear war, they would fire hundreds, not one. Petrov hesitated, but the pressure increased when the system suddenly detected for more missiles. Now it showed 5 incoming nuclear warheads. The room erupted in chaos. High-ranking officers demanded an answer. Petrov, confirm the attack, report IT. If he reported it, the Soviet Union would immediately launch its own nuclear strike. America would respond. The world would fall into nuclear fire. Millions gone. But if he didn't report it, and the missiles were real, Russia would be wiped out first. The fate of the planet was sitting in one man's hands. Petrov had seconds to choose. He closed his eyes and breathed deeply. Then he said the words that saved humanity. This is a false alarm. The officers were shocked. What if you're wrong? What if bombs hit us in minutes? Petrov refused to panic. He trusted his instincts more than the machine. Minutes passed. Nothing happened. No explosions. No missiles. The alert system was wrong. Faulty satellite detection caused the false alarm. If Petrov had followed the rules, today we might not be alive. You would expect Petrov to be rewarded, celebrated, honored as a hero, but instead, he was punished. His superiors didn't want the world to know their system almost caused a nuclear war. He was questioned, criticized, and quietly removed from his position. Petrov saved the planet, but he received no medals, no celebration, only pressure and silence. Decades later, the truth finally came out. Historians called him the man who saved the world. Awards came from all over the world, but Petrov himself stayed humble. When asked why he didn't report the missiles, he simply said, "I just didn't want to be the one responsible for starting World War III." One man's courage, one man's calm mind, one man's refusal to follow blind orders. And because of him, the world got another chance. If you want more powerful true stories like this, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment HistoryFlash forever for more amazing history stories.